First of all, good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome our travel and industry partners and, of course, the travel advisors that have been here for the last few days. I'm sure you've all had an amazing time. The ones that I've been speaking to, I really thank you also for going out into the city, going to see the country, experiencing the culture, but most of all, experiencing our beautiful resort, going diving, snorkeling, and just experiencing this amazing destination, Curacao. Because that's what you're here for. You're at Sandals, but it is so crucial that you understand this beautiful country and that you sell this destination overall. Curacao is not like all the other Sandals, as I mentioned in the past. It has a Dutch heritage, and that's why it's very different from the other Sandals that you normally sell. And as you've seen, and some of you have gone on the tours, the beautiful architecture, the culture, the Punda vibes that you could have experienced. I really look forward to all of you sending your future clients here, but also, of course, yourselves. You're always welcome back, and thank you very much. Have a beautiful lunch.
Thank you, sir. And now I would like to introduce our guest speaker again for today. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome to the podium Mr. Muriat De Bruin, Managing Director of Curacao Tourism.
Well, we're going to be starting at the Curacao way. Buon tardi. Once again. Buon tardi, everyone. Buon tardi means good afternoon, and I hope you are getting to know the Papiamento language, because that's a very important aspect of being in Curacao. So you're going to be hearing a lot of our Dushi Papiamento, or Dushi language throughout your stay. I know at other Sandals resorts it's predominantly English, but hey, we mix it up a little bit, the Papiamento, the English, the Spanish, the Dutch. So we're going to keep it interesting and exciting for you guys when you're on island. Normally, I give speeches out of the heart, but this time I'm before Gary Sadler, so I need to prepare myself better for this. So I wrote a speech from my heart, so and I'm going to be doing it because it's better to go before Gary than after Gary, because then everybody who knows Gary, that's the thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, buon tardi, like I said, honored travel advisors, media guests, and esteemed partners, buon tardi. It's a true pleasure to be here with you today in this beautiful Sandals Royal Curacao on the occasion of Global Travel Advisory Day. First, I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude to the Sandals and Beaches Resort family for hosting today's luncheon and for their continued commitment to the Caribbean, especially Curacao. A special thank you to Mr. Gary Sandler, Executive Vice President of Sales and Industry Relations, for his tireless work in strengthening ties between Sandals and the global travel trade. Today, we gather to recognize the immense value travel advisors bring to this industry. You are not only planners and professionals, you are storytellers, matchmakers, and curators of unforgettable experiences. Your work transforms travel from transaction into a connection. And Curacao is proud to be one of the destinations you choose to share with the world. Tourism remains a cornerstone of Curaçao's economy. It supports thousands of jobs, empowers local entrepreneurs, and breathes life into our communities. And while the economic impact is undeniable, it's the cultural exchange, the way visitors interact with our people, our stories, our landscapes that truly enriches both sides. This year, we've seen growth across all our source markets. According to our March and year-to-date figures, we are experiencing strong double-digit growth from nearly every region. In fact, and this is for me, for the first time I'm saying this in the whole Curacao, the first time ever in March, Curacao welcomed more visitors from North America, than from Europe. Just to put it into perspective, we are a Dutch island that predominantly receives Dutch tourists. The US was always the second largest market, the North American market, but now in March is the first time ever that North America surpassed Europe. So it's an honor and pleasure, and based on our strategy and happiness, that I'm standing here and telling you this. With 28,000 visitors from North America and 26,000 visitors out of Europe. So this is a crucial milestone in our tourism development. The United States in particular is a key market for us, and we are thrilled by the momentum we're seeing. It's a sandals effect as well, people. So I was just at an interview, it is the sandals effect as well. But what makes Curacao truly unique is our diversity. In 2025, we've seen arrivals not only from North America and Europe, but also Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, Canada, and across the Caribbean. This variety reflects the global appeal of our island, a place where cultures meet and harmony thrives. As we celebrate this growth, we are also thinking about the future, not just about growing in numbers, but about growing sustainably. Not in the vague greenwash sense, but in real, tangible ways. This year we're conducting, and it's going to be finalized in a couple months, our destination carrying capacity study. And we recently focused and conducted a local focus group research to ensure that our development aligns with the values of our people and protects the very essence of what makes Curacao special. Because the true growth means staying authentic, and we believe that Curaçao's strength lies not just in its beaches or its weather, but in its soul. The stories, the music, the kindness of its people, and the pride we take in sharing it with the world. In closing, once again, my heartfelt thanks to Sandals Royal, Curaçao, and Mr. Gary Sadler for your partnership and hospitality. And all of you travel advisors, our travel advisors and media guests, thank you for championing Curaçao. Your support helps us shine brighter, reach further, and welcome. There's always sometimes some technical difficulties. However, once they're figuring it out, after the
of Curaçao. On behalf of our government, I want to sincerely thank the members of HASTA and all travel advisors for your continued trust and support of Curaçao and the wider Caribbean region. You are essential to travel experience. You bring destination to life, and through your work, travelers from around the world discover the magic of places like ours. The United States remains a key partner for our island. This year, we're proud to see tremendous growth in arrivals, a reflection of your efforts in sharing Curaçao's story. We welcome travelers from all corners, the US, Europe, South America, and the Caribbean. Each one enrich our culture and community. As we grow, we do so with purpose, with a focus on sustainability, our people's well-being, and keeping our island authentic and welcoming. Thank you again for your dedication and partnership. We look forward to welcoming even more of your clients to our shores. Happy Global Travel Advisor Day, and see you soon in Curaçao. Hello,
Well, like I said, I'm going to be now introducing our regional manager, Jackie. She's the one actually in the market with her team in the United States, equipping all of you with all your questions, everything you might need, all the support you might need from the destination side. She's doing presentations. She can do presentations, events, if you need any materials from the destination to help you sell the destination and this beautiful resort better. She's the girl to go to. So without further ado, Jackie, you can take it over. And
Hi everyone, my name is Jackie, and as Miriam said, I'm the regional manager for North America. I can stand here, but I prefer to be walking around a little bit, so sorry for that. So yeah, welcome everyone for the first timers. We're very happy that everyone is here. For people that have been here before, welcome back. Muriel already said Bontari, and I'm going to say Bonbini, which means welcome in Papiamento. Papiamento is our local language. It's a mix between Spanish, Portuguese, English, and Dutch. Here throughout the resort, you also see a lot of the Papiamento items around. So we're very proud of that, and our country is very proud of its language. Yes. So everyone is already here, so we know where Curacao is located. But because of our geographic locations, we're so far south in the Caribbean that we're considered outside of the hurricane belt. So that's also one of the reasons why our island is open year-round. We have great connectivity, not only from the US, but also from Europe, South America, and inter-island as well. For the travel advisors among us, if you're looking, for instance, for clients and they want to go to Aruba or Bonaire, we would advise them to fly with DVDV. So that's a local airline, and the flight goes up and down, and you're there in 15 minutes. You even have cell reception almost throughout the entire flight, which is great if you want to fight with your ex-husband on the flight. Just saying. As far as our airlift out of the United States, as of December, we have airlift as well from Fort Lauderdale with Azul. That's a Brazilian airline, but they're also co-sharing with JetBlue, so it's possible to book it through JetBlue as well. We have the 2 daily flights out of Miami, Charlotte, Newark, daily with JetBlue, and the flight with Delta from Atlanta is going to go to 5 times weekly for the summer period. And I'm also very proud to share the news that we're going to have a once weekly flight out of Chicago. So that's going to start at the end of the year. And Delta started with once a week too, so let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that we will increase that flight as well. Out of Canada, we have year-round service from Toronto with Air Canada, and then in the winter season, we have multiple flights a week, also with Air Canada from Toronto and Montreal, and then WestJet flies there as well. So just to give you a quick destination refresh, I know a lot of you have seen this city already, but to just give you a couple of island facts. So the island is not that big. It takes about an hour and a half to drive from one side to the other. So right now you're on what we consider the east side of the island, and it takes about an hour and a half to drive to the west side of the island. Year-round, this is basically what the weather is like, so it's always summer. There is a nice cool breeze. I do have to say that the months of August and September are the hottest months out of the year, and December, January are a little bit cooler months. But what we consider cool is about 80 degrees, so for the people that actually know winter, it's a blessing to be here. So as I was saying, our local language is Papiamento, but because we're a former Dutch colony, most of the people also speak Dutch. but everyone also speaks English and Spanish. So it's great for, you see that throughout our culture, you see it throughout the people, but it's really a nice melting pot. Our unique feature of our island, of course, is our city center Willemstad, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And here in the presentation it says that we have the Netherlands Antillean guilder. You still get it everywhere, but we changed currency to the Caribbean guilder, so it's the same value towards the dollar. There's a fixed exchange rate, but you can also pay everywhere with credit card or with debit card. You can tap, use your phone, so there's no need for your clients to bring vast amounts of cash with them. So that's always something that we tell our agents. And then Willemstad. So for the ones that have been there, this is actually how it looks. I know it looks like a postcard, but it's like a postcard. Our city is beautiful and it's a very pedestrian-friendly city. You can do guided tours, but if you have clients that want to walk around on their own, you can recommend that to them too. It's a very safe, very pedestrian-friendly city. The city is split in two, so there are two sides. One is called Punda, and it's connected by the Queen Emma Bridge, and the other side is called Otrobanda. And Otrobanda literally means the other side. So there is a floating bridge, the Queen Emma Bridge, which is the oldest still operational floating bridge in the world, and it opens and closes to let ships get in and go to the harbor, which is in the back. There's a whistle that goes off and there's a flag that indicates how much time it will take for the bridge to close again, because once you're on the bridge you can't get off. I just know that when you hear the whistle you need to get off, because you don't know how long it will be open. So if you have cruise tourists or cruise clients, please tell them that like before they go on the back to the ship, have them cross the bridge and not, oh, let's make another picture because when it opens and closes, because it has happened before that people are actually stuck and then they miss the ship. And then they call us and then it's missed. So throughout the city you see these beautiful restored monumental buildings. Together with our government, because they're all monuments, the government assists with renovating these, but also through a lot of private initiatives, most of the buildings look like this. There are also some areas where the buildings haven't been restored yet, so you also see beautiful murals. So that's also one of the reasons why we kind of say our city is like an Instagram paradise, because you can walk around, you have these beautiful murals, artworks, etc. So that's really something that we recommend people to go and see. And then, of course, beaches. So there's a lot of things you can do on Curacao, and we say Curacao is so much more than just the beach, but our key selling point, of course, is also our beach. There are about 35 public beaches. Most of them are located on the west side of the island, but properties like Sandals, but also other properties that you have here on island, have a beach as well. Very calm water, so also for families with kids, it's like you don't have to worry with the large waves that are coming in. It's very tranquil, and where you see the light blue go into the dark blue, that's where you have a drop off, and that's where you can actually see the reef. Because the reef is not that deep, you can even snorkel and explore the reef. So you can dive, of course, as well, but it's really nice to just snorkel on the different beaches. Our neighboring island, Bonaire, is very well known for its diving, but this map basically indicates, so all of the red dots are different dive sites, shore dive sites that you can go to. And I know that here in Sandals there's also a dive facility, so you can do boat dives as well. But if you have dive clients, there's a lot of diving that you can do. There are also some areas where we have sunken wrecks, so that's great to explore as well. Some of them are not that deep, so it's great to snorkel there too. I already took a peek at the menu that we have today, and I'm very happy that we have some local dishes. So it's like our culture, our food is a melting pot as well. So if you have foodies, definitely recommend them Curacao. In our city center, We have a local market called Machabeu, and that is, it's open from Monday to Friday, and it's basically where the locals or the people that work in the city, they go there for lunch. It's basically like a food truck kind of setting, and you have picnic tables in the middle. So if you have clients that are looking for an authentic experience, I would recommend them to actually go there for lunch. One of the things I really like here at Sandals is actually the food truck station that we have here in the back, which is basically what we do on a Friday or a Saturday night. After we go out, we go to one of the food trucks that you have alongside the road, but Sandals created them here. You can do fine dining, feet in the sand, lots of happy hours. So basically there's something for everyone, culinary-wise. And then for other attractions and activities, we have the oldest synagogue on the Western Hemisphere that's located in our city center. There will also be a reopening of the Jewish Museum, so that's a great sight to see as well. Then in the Cura Hollanda village, we have the Slave Trade Museum. Now the slave trade period, it's a dark page in our history, but we do talk about it, and it has immense educational value. Now for the ones that don't know, the Dutch used Curaçao basically as a port. They transported the slaves from Africa, brought them to Curaçao, and then they were transported either to North America, the Caribbean, or South America. In this museum, you learn a lot about that. You see what has happened, and it's just something that I think personally has immense educational value. Then for the ones that like to go hiking or mountain biking, we have some, we call it a mountain. It's the Christoffel Mountain. It's a hill. But you do have to be fit, because it has happened that the Coast Guard needs to helicopter people off. One of my friends is a helicopter pilot, and that doesn't have to do with that it's too steep, it's just that people didn't want to go down anymore. But then as well, all sorts of water sports that you have to do. So on this property, there's a beautiful golf course. It's a Pete Dye designed golf course, 18 holes, 72 par. There's a second golf course on the island as well. So if you have golfers that want to do different courses, it is possible. Both golf courses have extremely beautiful views. So if you have a chance to just rent a golf cart and drive around, you can do that as well. So that's basically how I play golf. And that's basically the island. Now, I don't want to bore you with a lot of numbers, but I do want to give a little bit of data and statistics on the visitors or the people that are coming to Curaçao. So to just quickly show you the history of our numbers. So COVID hit us, of course, but we really recovered from that pretty fast. So after 2 years, we were back at the levels of pre-COVID. But as you can see, in the past couple of years, the visitors' numbers have grown immensely. This is also why we can truly say that tourism is one of our main economic pillars. So this is not only from the US and from the Netherlands, but also from other destinations all over the world. We see that there has been growth in all of the numbers. Brazil is a market that we talk about a lot as well. Since we have direct airlift from that country, we've seen immense growth from that area as well. One of the things that I like is that we have such a diversity of people that are coming to the island. So this is not necessarily an overly Dutch destination or an overly American destination. It's really a mix. And you see that in the restaurants, you see that where if you go out, so there of course are pockets or areas where you have a lot of Dutch or you see mostly Americans, but if you have clients that just want to experience and be amongst different cultures and different people, then Curaçao is definitely the place to go. So to give you a little bit of a peek of the performance, so we've seen growth year over year, month over month, if we compare it to the data from previous years. But for instance, also January and February looked great, and as Muriat already mentioned, March was the first month that we had more people out of North America than from the Netherlands, so we were very happy with that as well. So for the coming years, of course, within the back of our minds that we want to make sure that our growth is sustainable, we are looking at growth year over year throughout the different areas, and of course the additional airlift from cities like Chicago helps with that. For the ones that are interested, we have a QR code with some data and statistics on our destination. So if you're interested in that, you can scan it or we can send it to you afterwards. But it's a nice dashboard which gives you some specifics. If you wonder, like, how do we get that data? Everyone that got here filled out a digital immigration card. That's basically how we get the data. So you help us provide that. And then as far as guest profiles and feedback, from the United States, we see that the majority of the guests that come here, they stay in resorts hotels like Sandals. And this, for instance, also for Canada, you see that the most of the guests are between the age 45 and 64 years. Then where are the people going? They're going into the city, they're going to see the beaches, they're doing all sorts of activities. There's a tour desk here as well, so if you don't know what you want to do, I would definitely recommend talking to Island Routes. We also have a mock itinerary on our website for a 1-day, 3-day, 5-day, 7-day stay. So if you're looking for that, you can visit our website. And then of course, we're very proud of this because the people like our people and they like their stays here, so we're very happy with that and we hope that you can continue with helping with that. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Our website is curacao.com and thank you again for being here.
I'm sure you agree. So right now, you will be served your lunch shortly, so enjoy, sit back, and we will start just in a few